Howdy everybody, this is Chris with Hawthorne Drum Shop. Thanks for watching our video today. As always, make sure you like and subscribe, comment. We put up videos from time to time like this one. And today we're talking about a fairly rare drum set. So we have a Slingerland Yellow Aztec. This finish was only cataloged for 1 year, 1976. So doesn't necessarily mean you couldn't get it in 1977 or 1975, but it really only appeared in the catalog for 1 year. So as you can see, this is kind of an interesting looking finish. It's almost like you're at a picnic at your grandma's house and she has one of those textured like tablecloths. It's kind of like that. If you feel it, it makes that sound, but it's definitely a little bit thicker than, actually quite a bit thicker than a tablecloth. We have a 22 by 14 inch bass drum. This is a 9 by 13, a 10 by 14, and a 16 by 16. This was cataloged as having a 12 and 13 inch rack tom, but this is probably just special ordered for somebody who wanted some slightly bigger toms up top. We'll take a look here at the bass drum. There's a couple things I wanted to show you on this. So this is the first Aztec kit that I've ever had. Again, not that they're like wildly popular. We actually did a poll on our Instagram about people who thought this was ugly or not. I was right. Most people thought that this wasn't ugly, and Evan was wrong about it being ugly. But regardless, some people, this is like kind of like a vibey thing, you know. Giuseppe thinks this looks like a tiki drum set, but it's not something that you look at and everybody's like, oh, I got to have that color. But regardless, again, fairly rare. The hoops are kind of cool. Typically on a Slingerland kit, you're going to see black hoops, and it could be a kind of a chrome inlay like you see here, or many times it could just be the inlay that matches whatever color the drum set is. So if it's blue, it's going to have blue inlay, white marine pearl, and so forth. But I thought that was kind of an interesting touch on these. This is probably more yellow when it was made, and it kind of faded to a little bit of a greenish, but I think it's definitely kind of a nice touch for the set. They did 5 different variations of Aztec. So there's yellow. There's also white, and if you look at the catalog, it's kind of like an off-white. It's almost really hard to tell the difference between the yellow and the white. They also offered a red Aztec. So it's yellow, white, red, green, which is the other one. I think it was like more of like an olive green. And there's one more I'm forgetting. So yellow, white, green, red, brown, that's it, brown Aztec. So I've seen pictures of the brown. It's kind of like an off, like a light colored brown and not, you know, a very dark brown. But I've seen a couple yellows, seen a couple reds. I've never seen a white one, which is kind of interesting. But overall, this kit is in pretty good shape. We cleaned it up pretty well. There's some like minor pitting on the hoops and on the lugs. A note for anybody who's a first-time Slingerland owner. The wing nuts on these, here, I'll pick this up. Do it this way. Got to set it down really easy. I don't want anybody saying I'm not careful with the drums here. If you're a first-time Slingerland owner, these wing nuts strip, or these mounts strip incredibly easy. So a couple of these, actually all 3, we had a local machinist retap for us. So if you're, again, owning a first Slingerland drum set, be very careful with the wing nuts. I don't even recommend taking them out, just because if you put them back in, they're very, very easy to misthread. So all of these have been retapped. All the hoops here are chrome over steel, which is common for a 70s kit. Looks like there's some unoriginal tension rods here and there, but mostly original. Looks like we put a bass drum, Slingerland bass drum head on the front, logo, which is kind of neat. If I remember right, yeah, these are going to have clear interior. So all these drums, I mean almost all Slingerlands from the 70s, minus getting into the later 70s, are all 3-ply with rings. So these, a later era, you're going to see typically a natural maple on the interior as opposed to like, they would call it a chocolate milk. So you're going to have natural interiors in all the drums, a little bit sharper edges. I think the later that they got into the 70s, the better they were at QC, quality control with their drums. So again, as you got later in the 70s, you're getting kind of a better quality drum. Overall, really cool kit. I like it a lot. We're going to put this up for $12.99 on our website. And I think Evan or Giuseppe did a demo of this. So I'm going to sign off here. Thank you all for watching and enjoy the demo of this kit. Until next time.